reaction video, another little chit chat video. So earlier I did my grocery haul. If you guys didn't get a chance to check that out, definitely check it out if you're into that type of content. It was just a quick little grocery haul, nothing too major. So now I wanted to go ahead and get into my daily chit chat video. Um, so earlier I was watching um Reese Waters as I often do now for that political commentary and reaction content. And he was reacting to Jameel Hill response to Megan Kelly saying that she was ugly and that she should wear makeup and she needed a filter and just a whole bunch of stuff. It was just a lot, right? So during the reaction to that, he played a clip where he had Jameel Hill on his show, and he said that she said some things that he thinks Megan Kelly should hear, and then he played the clip, and it was very interesting because it was actually what she said in the clip that kind of made me start to really think. And I thought to myself, oh my God, it was one of those like ding ding moments where like you're just like, oh my God, she's so right. She's spot on. And that's what I wanted to go ahead and react to. Just wanted to give you a bit of context, a little bit of background as to how I came to this particular topic. And so before we go ahead and get into that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I wanted to go ahead and shout out my Purple Heart members. Thank you guys for all of your support. You guys have been awesome. You guys always show up and show out for me, and I really, really do appreciate that. Not just on YouTube, but all the other platforms that you guys support me on. I appreciate that as well. And I wanted to thank all of the new subscribers who have decided to go ahead and join us. We really do appreciate you guys. Thank you for your support. And to the people who do come in and check out the live, we appreciate your time as well. We thank you guys for coming through. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about um, this whole shift and change in the way that um, politics is being used. It's non traditional, especially in the United States, but really globally. But I wanted to focus on what Jameel Hill was talking about in terms of American politics. Um, and it's really very simple. So let's put it in context that like everyone can grasp what I'm saying. Just think of it as when you were in school, you had the popular kids. You had the popular kids, you had the nerds, and then above the popular kids were the athletes, right? They were like uber popular. Anybody could be popular, but if you were on like the basketball team, swim team, whatever, you're an athlete, you're on a team, you're top tier. It's kind of like that when it comes to the way that the politics is structured now. It's not even about really about Republican or Democrat. It's not even about that. It's about the fact that you have a lot of politicians who are now embracing the millionaires and the billionaires joining the party, right? Um, and in their mind, they're thinking, we're letting you into our club. But in reality, it's the millionaires and the billionaires and the trillionaires that's eluding to letting you into their club. But you have to play ball. So a lot of people are confused globally when they see like politicians living like the uber rich, like, and all this type of stuff. And I'm always confused as to why. They're people just like everybody else. So that means they're susceptible to, wanting the best in life and wanting the best money can buy and wanting access and wanting that affluence, right? They're not immune to that. But I think for a long time, especially when it came to American politics, there's always been like a very clear divide. You know what I mean? There was Hollywood, and then there was like Washington D.C. and their version of the elite. But now that's all gone out the window because you kind of let one of them into the fox into the hen house, some would say, right? By having this millionaire, billionaire type persona who's used to that type of affluence and wealth, it's now shifted the center of politics. Politics and the uber rich now go hand in hand. It's kind of like dangling that carrot now. It's like, yeah, you're rich, but you're not rich like us. And if you want to get up here where we are, you will, do what needs to be done type of thing. So it's almost like the politics have been hijacked, and they just don't even know it, right? I think that has come to bear with the whole Jimmy Kimmel situation, right? A lot of rich people wanted him to stop talking because his comedy, or his version of comedy or satire or whatever you want to call it, was actually bad for business because they're trying to put these million billion dollar gabillion gazillion dollar mergers together, and you're pissing the people off who have the authority to make it all happen or not happen. So we need you to like pipe down. And so that has come to light, right? And we saw how politics is now intermingled with the money. It always was, but now to like a different degree. Um, as it comes to North American politics, we have politicians that are literally popular because of who they know and their looks and how they dress and their fashion and their all of this and that. Not necessarily their policies or what they do or don't do in their job or anything like that. You'll hear people say crazy stuff like, "Oh my God, like he's so cute or he's so hot," and it's just like, what does that have to do with like the work they're doing? But that's the culture. That's where we are now. Except now it's magnified like on a whole different level. And I think most people get that when you saw the whole Elon Musk era. A lot of people were shocked and could not believe their eyes when they saw this man in the White House literally like have it as a prop, posted up on the desk, going around the chair, just very casual, nilly willy with it, not really respecting the historic significance of the rooms they were in, not really the pomp and ceremony that we come to expect, and that division, that line that separates politics from the money and all that other stuff, all that seems to have gone away and been blurred. And I just thought it was very interesting when she said that, because I didn't really look at it that way. I kind of saw it that way, but to really understand how it now goes hand in hand, it's really scary. And yeah, I just thought I wanted to go ahead and talk about that today. That I don't think people really understand like the level that most politicians are now operating under. Like, this is a job, you're gonna retire. You're not gonna have this quote unquote cushy life forever, but you could. And that is what bringing in these millionaires and billionaires have done. Showed them, you know, almost like a side hustle. Get rich on the side, like get rich while you're in office. Don't waste your opportunities type of thing. Which is why a lot of people focus on the money that the president and his family's raking in from him being in office, which is a pretty fair assessment based on the financial dealings and transactions that have taken place. I'm not here to get into all of that. I'm just stating fact. It's on the news. You can look it up. Most people know. It's been reported on MSNBC. It's been reported on CNN. It's been reported, right? They make a lot of money off the presidency, indirectly and directly. So I mean, I think everybody knew it was a joke when they said sign over ownership or sign over day to day dealings and sign. Not. On paper, yes, but nothing gets done without running it through. So, this illusion that you can separate the politics from the money has now come to fruition, come to bear out to light. That is not something that's like ever done. So I just thought it was interesting. It's an interesting way to look at what is happening when a lot of people are trying to figure out where is the morals, where is the ethics, why is this being done, why is this being given away, like contracts, deals, money, all this type of stuff just seems to be flowing in one direction, and it's like, what is happening? Well, that's what's happening. Everybody wants to get into the club, and that's just where we are. So let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Do you feel like the millionaires have taken over, that it's money over principle? Do you feel like that's what's going on? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. It's a pretty interesting way to look at it. Yeah. So stay up and stay blessed. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for coming through, those of you who stopped by. And we'll catch up with you guys in another video. Deuces.